Hello travel friends! In today's video, we're taking you inside the famous Queen Mary in Long Beach, California. We'll show you all around the historic ship-turned hotel, from the common areas and lounge spaces to inside our room and even the spots that are believed to be haunted. We'll walk the outside decks, visit the onboard restaurant and bar, and even take you into the belly of the ship where you'll find unique models and historic exhibits. Then we'll walk across the bridge to downtown Long Beach to visit some local breweries and catch some fantastic views of the Queen Mary from the water. Stay tuned until the end to see what we really thought about the hotel and whether it's a good option for your next pre-cruise stay. Let's get started!
So we just took a taxi down to Long Beach and we made it to the Queen Mary terminal for our second leg of the trip. We're going to be staying at the Queen Mary. First impressions of the hotel.
It's nice. It's weird, right? Because we've stayed at hotels, we've stayed on cruise ships, but we've never stayed on a cruise ship that's now only a hotel. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited.
It looks like we have we have a neighbor. I think that's the Carnival Panorama that's parked, which is that's one of the bigger boats. We're on the Firenze, I think. I want to say the Firenze is a bit smaller, but yeah, we're gonna give you a review of the property. A lot of people come here to do the what they call the Queen Mary experience. We're actually gonna stay here, so we're here a couple nights. Our cruise doesn't leave until Monday. We're checking in on a Saturday, and yeah, we're gonna check out the tour and give you an honest review and let you know if we think it's worth it. So let's go in. Welcome aboard.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hello, checking in.
Checking in. Now that you guys are staying as hotel guests, you do get discounts on tours that fits in with your schedule. Just let them know you're staying as a hotel guest. However, one tour is included with your stay. It's called the embarkation tour. It meets on the top of in the middle of the promenade deck, in the middle of the main hall. You'll see a sign that says embarkation tour. Just show up at the top of the hour from 10 to 5. You can sign up for that, okay?
Okay.
All the other tours you do get, the hour-long tours, you get a discount on.
What are the other tours about?
There's a Steam and Steel, historical, the Glory Days tour, and a Haunted Encounters tour.
So it tours like different areas of the ship?
Correct.
So, okay. And these are not common areas? These are like exclusive?
Correct.
Okay. And our room doesn't include ghosts?
Well, that's subject to you guys. Yeah. Maybe. So all the areas in teal on this map, those are the free attractions that are open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. that you can just wander through and enjoy at your own leisure. We're on the A deck right now. You guys are going to be on the B deck, which is one level below us. And 3 levels above that, that's where the tour center, the bars, the restaurants, and coffee shop are all going to be at. Okay?
Okay.
All right, right here, the information. That is going to be our tour center. And the observation lounge is towards the front of the ship. So the Promenade Cafe and our coffee shop are on the harbor side. A midship marketplace that has pizzas, flatbreads, and sandwiches, and then Chelsea's Chowder House towards the back of the ship. Right here in the middle is where the embarkation tour is going to be, okay?
Okay.
All right.
You can tell you're on a cruise. So this is how it used to be back in the day? All right. Wait. So we're taking a look at room B408. The first thing to note, we were on B407 to 411, and it was confusing because obviously 408 is within range, but on this side, it's the evens are on one side, the odds are on the other side. So this is a standard room, B408. We're on the port side, and it's just a standard king room. So let's take a look. So as you can see, feels like you're on a cruise ship. Here's your king bed. Doesn't look bad. Obviously, the decor is, a little bit outdated. This is a bit of an older ship, right? So we're talking Queen Mary was made, what, in the 50s or something? Even earlier. So yeah, this is like first impressions. I mean, this takes you way back to what cruises used to be like. But I would say this is we've stayed in many interior cabin rooms, and this feels bigger than that. So you come here in 1930, so this is a 1930s room. So let's consider that, right? But yeah, you have some drawer space here. Obviously, not the latest wood, right? A little bit is chipped. They do their best to preserve it, right? But this seems to be like all original, so it's not gonna be the most pristine furniture. So that's expected. I didn't come here for the latest. Here's some some more space here. You can see the furniture has had better days. I don't know what used to be there, but yeah, a lot of bunch of drawers here. A little bit hard to close. Oh, those are air vents. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Oh yeah, they did warn us that you can control the individual room temperature. I guess it's all the same, but you can like let go of the. I guess you can let in more air or not. So I guess we'll see how it feels as it warms up. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. There's more storage here on the other side. You have a Kleenex, some Kleenexes. We do have a port side window, so you have two like little windows, and these do open up, so you can let in some fresh air. Space here for, I guess for now we're putting our luggage. You have a small desk area. It comes with some waters, Pure Life. Um, I don't think they used to have ice buckets like that in the 30s, so that's one of the new things. But the furniture, that seems like that looks original. This chair looks like something pretty original. That's an original fan. I don't think it's working. Yeah, it's just there for decoration. And then more space here to put some stuff. I guess this is how where the heat used to be. I don't think this works, but that's how it used to be back in the day. The closet. So here's the closet. You have iron here. Some of the stuff you can tell like what seems original and what's old. So it's pretty interesting. Obviously, extra linens here. Few hangers. You got about 10. It's nice. Mirrors.
This is an original 1930s television.
Yeah, this one's pretty old. Let's see what's in the back here. So more drawer space. You can tell that back then they didn't really used to do TVs. That's like something new. But yeah, you do get some TV. Some of look at this portrait right here. Pretty interesting art selection. And then map of the ships. You can see where everything's at. Now let's take a look at the restrooms. So the restroom, it's a little bit on the smaller side, though it's about the same as some interior cabins that we stayed at. So you got a single sink. There's your soap. I think you can put stuff. Does that open? Yeah, it does open. So yeah, you can do some storage there. Hair dryer. There's your single toilet. That is an interesting mechanism. So obviously some of this plumbing is more OG. You have a small tub. Products by Gilchrist and Soames. Seems like an old school design. That's interesting. Obviously the shower head is more new. And yeah, I don't know if all these mechanisms work. We'll have to play with it. But you can see, like, you can tell some of the faucet fixtures are not possibly original or just really old, and you can see what's new. So I'll have to play with it to see what works and what doesn't. Like, I doubt that these ones right here that they work, but we'll report back. So yeah, not too bad. I want to say we paid about 200 for this room, something like that, and I used some hotel credit, so I just paid the difference. So not too bad. We're staying here 2 nights before our cruise, and they also charged. There was an additional, like, usually they do resort fees, and they come up with these creative ways to charge you more. Here they do a preservation fee. I think they say that was like $20 a day, something like that. So just something to keep in mind so you can budget. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at the rest of the facilities. what's to offer, and we'll report back. But for now, we know that there's some tours available. Some of it is included for guests, some of it is extra, but discounted to guests. So we'll take a look at all those and show you around the ship. Looks like large groups arriving. Probably I saw that a few wedding parties were happening. You can see these buses, 2 party groups at least, maybe 1. So yeah, it's gonna be busy here. They also warned us that, so they say that 10 p.m. is quiet time, and they really enforce it because the walls are really thin. But they say tonight is going up to midnight because they have events going on. So probably because of the wedding. So yeah, should be fun. If we can crash the wedding and sneak in, right? If we're gonna hear the music, we might as well be in it. So we'll see. Bar area here by the lobby. Right now it's closed, but this is nice to hang out. There's like some chairs, some windows. That's a cool chair. Look at that window. Nice. This has to be original, right? Right. Another hangout area here. Get some water is provided, and there is an ATM if you need cash. Love the there's a historical piano, so I'm sure this is where they were playing music back in the 30s. Historical elevator. I don't think it works. Yeah, non-operable. And then another hangout area. You can see some portraits of Queen Elizabeth herself in her younger days. Some of the events happening today. Looks like there's a couple weddings, 3 weddings. Wow. Now we're coming up to the gym area here above the lobby, and it shows this picture of what a historical gym used to look like. You can see not a lot of equipment. But this is not the original one. So now let me show you what the actual gym is. So obviously this is a little bit more modern. So you have a couple elliptical machines, chest presses, you have a TV, an extension machine, bench, 2 bike machines, and then these are your free weights. And this one goes up to 45 pounds, so plenty to build muscle. Ironically, this gym is bigger than the one at the Desert Inn hotels that we just came from. But yeah, this is what the what a second-class gym used to look like back in the day. I don't know what that's supposed to be for. That looks like to train for horses. Very interesting. First class gymnasium. Interesting. So yeah, I like all the little touches of like historical artifacts, how things used to be. And then of course you have the modern gym. And then this is some old boxing gloves that have been restored. And then an old, really old bike machine. And then if we continue on the deck above, I think this is where like a lot of the tours start, I believe. And then I think, so we're in level M, and this is where all the suites are. Oh, I think this used to be, maybe this was for like actual tickets, like port excursions. So I guess this is where you would come in and do more ticket reservations or book like additional travel arrangements. That's where we're gonna be in a few days, but not the Catalina Express. So now we're going up to the Promenade deck and see what's happening here. I think this is where the actual tours are. So this is the promenade level. Let's check it out, see what they have to offer. More historical artifacts, looks like. It looks like some accessories from the last time that Queen Elizabeth Mary cruised. So Queen Elizabeth, so this cruise ship used to be part of Cunard. Is that how you pronounce it? Cunard. I'm probably butchering it, but it used to be the RMS Queen Mary. And voyage number 516 was the last great cruise that was from Southampton to Long Beach.
And she was queen when Cunard was building the ship. Now, if you're wondering how she got them to name this great dame after herself, well, at the time, all ships prior to Queen Mary owned by Cunard had a similar naming convention. They all ended in IA. There's Aquitania, Mauritania, Lusitania. And when Cunard went to name the ship, they had gone to King George V, and they had asked him for permission to name their newest ship after Britain's greatest queen. They meant his mother, Queen Victoria. But at the time, King George V simply replied, my wife will be delighted. So they named it after Queen Mary instead. Now, if you guys ever wanted a good example of just how much attention to detail that they paid when they were building the ship, I always like to present to you this door. Not only is it a beautiful wooden door, but if you actually look at it from the side, it's a really unique door in the fact that it is curved. So it'll match to the shape of the room. Now, just to my left, and just across from where you are standing now, we do have an exhibit for a first-class children's nursery. But I will heavily emphasize it is an exhibit, because while this is the location of the first-class children's nursery, the items inside today come from all 3 passenger classes. So the rugs that you see on the floor, those came from first class. The artworks on the walls are a mixture of second and third, and all of the toys that you see in here today actually came from the third-class children's nursery, with one exception. That really creepy doll in the corner,
So creepy.
yeah, that was donated to the ship, and it's another reason why I never look at Annabelle in the eyes. Known as the entertainment hub for first-class passengers. They come in here in the evening time if they want to do a little bit of dancing, if they want to watch a live performance, and many wonderful performer has graced that hallowed stage. But 3 notable ones include Frank Sinatra, Bob Hope, and Fred Astaire. Now, maybe they didn't want to watch the live performance. Maybe they'd rather watch a movie. So if you look at this end of the room, we're about halfway up the artwork. You'll notice we have these 5 squares cut into the wall. Those are little doors. You pop those open. There was film projection equipment behind it. This would become the first-class movie theater.
This is the game room. Looks like some high top tables to chill. Areas for checkers. It's a few TVs. There's a shuffleboard machine here at the end. And then there's a football table. Now we're going towards the back, towards the observation bar. So we did the tour, and one of the things she was saying is that back in the days, they used to put these children areas next to bars so the parents can just drop off the kids and then go have a drink. Some of these are replicas. Some of these are like original toys from back in the day that's been preserved. So pretty cool. And then of course the bar is right next to the children's area. Over to the side of the observation bar, there's this cool, if you turn right, there's a nice hangout area. You got these lounge chairs similar to Cracker Barrel, where you can just look at the Long Beach skyline. And then here you have a replica of the ship. So these are actually three different replicas. One is the Queen Mary, that's the Queen Elizabeth, and I think this is the Normandy. Okay, so now we're checking out the sun deck. Let's see what they have here. Oh, that's nice. I think this is supposed to be for mini golf, but I don't see any of the balls or stuff. Something that I've never seen in any modern ship. There are alleyways in this one, so you can go from port side through starboard side. That's cool. So look at this narrow alleyway, that's cool. Signal one-on-one. So this is everything to learn about signals. So pretty cool. I guess this used to be part of the safety drills, maybe? You have to learn about all the different signals. Love the random British telephone here on the Queen Mary. So this is pretty cool. Looks like in the back of the ship or the front. I can't tell which way it is. But they're planning it's like a wedding event. I see tables set up, so that's not a bad place to host like a wedding party. So it looks like another space for like a wedding event. You can see they're getting ready to set up. So not a bad place to host an event. I mean, great views of the Long Beach. You got views of the panorama. Really cool. Captain's deck somewhere here. I don't know if we can get in there. You can see some of this wood is a little bit older, so you gotta be careful. So you don't get access to the main, like to this area, many ships as you used to. So this is where the famous Titanic scene would have taken place, like somewhere here. Jen's the king of the world. We're the king of the world. This is a very nice area. Now we're going to the isolation ward. I think this is what a fancy jail. Also to help prevent diseases, they would put you here. So if you needed to be isolated due to a virus, that's where they would put you. Talks about the history of dead at sea. I guess they did used to have a medical facility here, but sometimes people would still die, and the captain had to confirm the death of a passenger. So all the passengers who died on board. So this is probably why they claim that maybe it's haunted because of all these deaths. Fatal fall from ship. Look at this. A lot of coronary diseases, heart failures. This is the rope store. Killian's gonna model the isolation room here. Is it kid friendly? Yeah, that wood is baking. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, stuff down here. So who knows what they used to have. There is a midship marketplace. If you're looking for something quick, they do have some snacks, classic chocolates. There's the menu right there. So there's some flatbreads, sandwiches, some burgers, some pizzas. And there's also a selection of drinks and chips. There's also the Chelsea Chowder House. So this is your fine dining restaurant. Now we're back to the Promenade Lounge to check out the, they have a coffee shop, ice cream and coffee shop. And there's supposed to be a restaurant too. So this is the Jubilee. So this is where you can get ice cream and various coffee options. So here's parts of the menu here. And we're gonna check out the lunch. It's like a cool bar area as you're waiting to be seated. So for lunch, we're gonna be eating at the Promenade Cafe. So here are some of the options. So you have some salads, you have some appetizers, some sandwiches, like a burger starts at 23, fried chicken sandwich, tacos. These are your meats. And then these are the chef's just suggestions. So they recommend the clam chowder, the grilled cheese, or braised short ribs. And then this is your dessert. But really the main reason you come eat here is for the views. So basically this makes it seem like you're on a boat, floating, just having a nice lunch. And for lunch we're having these are the fish and chips. Jen's gone for the Brussels sprouts salad. And Kid's gone for his classic chicken tenders. And of course, in typical fashion, the check comes in a boarding pass with a little bit of history about the Queen Mary. So here's some of the events available after night: haunted encounters, a paranormal ship walk, graveyard tours, and apparently room B340, which is haunted. And they do during Halloween Dark Harbor. That looks creepy. Some of the history about the Lady in White, which supposedly haunts the halls of the Queen Mary. It's the Queen Mary official shirt. So this is Walter's room. This is the famous B340. And this is one of the ones that's claimed to be haunted. And this window has been closed all day. And as you can see, it looks nice. And that's the room. Supposedly people have seen some, paranormal activity here. So we're here at the observation room, trying some cocktails. And I'm going for the boiler room, just a special old-fashioned with a whistle pig rye. And Jen's gone for a espresso martini, also known as the engine room, which is fitting because in an engine room, you're dirty. That looks like a dirty cocktail. Here's the view from our window. All right, so for breakfast, we're back at the Promenade Cafe, and you have a couple options. So you can do a buffet, $28, or here's your a la carte items. Beverages, coffee's $5. Here's your standards. Here's your classics like the free eggs, some waffles, avocado toast, or you can do the Promenade burrito. So this is a classic example of where you gotta do the math and just be honest with how you eat. Because if you're just doing one standard item plus a coffee, that's almost your 28 right there. So, quantity over quality. And I'll show you what the offering looks like, but it's very similar to like a standard hotel. So for me, I'd rather get the breakfast burrito. So that's what I got. And of course, for breakfast, just for lunch, you still get these amazing views of the pier. It's a nice ambience. This is what we're looking at for the breakfast burrito. It's pretty yummy. Jen's gone for the avocado toast, getting some greens in. And Killian's just doing classic pancakes, fluffy pancakes with butter and syrup. Here's some of the items available. So you have scrambled eggs, breakfast potatoes, pork sausage. I got some bacon. Oh, this is the oatmeal. Here's your pancake station. Looks like you have some type of bread. Forget what that's called. And then these are all your sweets, danishes, muffins. Here's your bread selection, toaster to the side. And then here's all your fruit, yogurt. Looks like some pineapple, cantaloupe. And I see some pico de gallo here to the right. Or here to the end. Here's another look at it. So now we're gonna check out the engine room. To get there, you're gonna go one level below deck B. Follow the signs and go across the bridge. So technically we're outside of the Queen Mary right now. And yeah, there's supposed to be extra stuff in here. So let's explore. This is really cool. So that's the anchor of the ship. Some preserved captain memorabilia. And then here you have a few ship replicas. Sisters of the Sea. And then here's a replica. Is it a Lego replica? Yeah, that is a Lego one. What do you think of this big Lego, Killian?
It is pretty cool.
Look, do you see the boats? The rescue boats, how they're made out of Legos. I found the cat.
Oh,
See it?
yeah.
So that's the game. Find the cat in the Lego challenge.
I found some of them are sticks.
And then I think that's the actual way to the engine room. Here they have a replica of a steering wheel. Kirian's demonstrating for us.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's pretty dark here, so walking very carefully. Wow. That is the engine. Wow, can you imagine debugging this? If something goes off? That's crazy. Whoa, so this has got to be the operating side? Oh my god. Look at all these valves and indicators. Wow. This is so cool, like I'm actually like under, like in the inners where everything's happening. It's crazy to me that this is tech from the 30s. Like, what does a modern one look like? Can you imagine, like, if when things are going wrong, like to fix something here? Crazy. Let's make an exit. This has been pretty cool to see. Definitely recommend if you have some time, come to the engine room. So now we're checking down the downstairs. Appears to be like a museum to highlight some of the stuff happening during World War II. Like I think this is an antique machine gun, maybe 50 cal. Oh, this is cool. So apparently, meetings about the World War II during those days with UK against Germany were held in the staterooms of the Queen Mary. And then it just has like just bunch of facts about the war.
Nothing.
So if you want to teach your kids some history, come to the war room, strategy room, so they can check out some
Yeah, here's something.
collectible phones. It's cool. They have a replica of the cabinet room for Churchill. And this is a replica of the bedroom. So this is a replica of rooms that Churchill used to sleep in. So if you keep going to the back, you'll find the propeller box entrance. And check this out, it takes you to the other side of the boat, and you're basically under. So this is the under Queen Mary right here. And check that out, that's the propeller. Literally water here, so you do not want to fall in here. So I guess people treat this like a lucky fountain and throw dollars. So you can see a dollar floating. And if you look at the bottom, I think those are all dollar pieces. So I guess if you want to make some money, if you want to scuba there's plenty of dollars to be made. So that was pretty cool. We just got done touring the engine room. So if you have time, definitely make your way here. There's a lot of cool artifacts and facts about the ship and how it works. And you can actually get in there and see like the propeller, the condensers, the turbines, everything powering. So if you think about the scene from Titanic where it's sinking and all the men are throwing coal into the engines to make it run, that's what you're gonna be. It's pretty cool.
Make sure you keep going and find the propeller because it's kind of hidden. Like you could easily leave before that, and that was the coolest part in my opinion.
Yeah, because it felt a little more real. But yeah, it's pretty cool, especially if you're into World War II history. It talks about how the Queen Mary was involved and how it was transporting troops.
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool, and it's all included if as part of either entrance to the Queen Mary, like the ship, or if you're a guest on board like we are, you can just wander and tour that anytime you want. So we did the walk from the Queen Mary over to the downtown Long Beach, and it's made us a little thirsty, so we're treating ourselves to a flight. Some few hazy IPAs, brown ale, and a dark stout. I also like that they do slices, and Killian's having one bigger than his head. It's like $5 for like a New York style slice, so not bad for a quick bite and a beer. They also do specialty slices, like Jan's having a buffalo chicken slice. As someone that was raised and born near the Buffalo area, how is this buffalo slice?
So the pizza is really good. It's I like that it's like a drizzle of buffalo sauce and it's not like drenched. It's the perfect spice level. The chicken is nice and tender, and then I don't think it has. It might have a little bit of blue cheese, but it doesn't have like sometimes you get chunks, which some people like, some people don't. It doesn't have that. It's more even, and then it has some banana peppers, which you don't usually see, and I personally love. So, and it's a nice thin New York style crust, so it's really good.
So I've never seen this at a brewery. This is super creative. A claw machine for adults. Now what can you win with this claw machine? You can get gift cards to the brewery, shirts, hats, or more beer. I gotta say, very creative. So we're here at the Beachwood Blendery Brewery, and they have this cool back room in the back. So this is really cool. So lots of barrels, so it gives it that brewery feel. But what's cool is that they have a bunch of games in the back. Like they have pinball machines, pool table, more pinball machines here. So that's nice. Usually an area is not this kid friendly, I guess. So that's cool. We'll probably hang out here for a little bit. So if you're staying at the Queen Mary and you want to come back into the village, into downtown, you have two options: Aqua Link or the Aqua Bus. So the Aqua Link is that yellow vessel behind the big one, and then you have the Aqua Bus, which is a smaller one. Same similar stops, but the bus, the small one, is $1. The other one's $5. So pick your poison. But we're gonna try the bus, and it should take us back to the Queen Mary. I don't know if it's direct or it's stopping. But we're gonna find out. Starting our journey towards the bus. All right, next stop, Queen Mary. Okay, so final thoughts on the Queen Mary as we're getting ready to check out, head to our cruise. So if you're cruising Carnival, it's a no-brainer. We definitely recommend it. Such a quick walk. It's going to be so much easier to embark. As far as the price, so expect to pay about $150 to $250 per night, and that doesn't really include anything. That's not parking. That's just a place to sleep. The biggest thing you get is the convenience. You just walk out. So if you have a lot of luggage, family, and you don't want to have to worry about doing Ubers, super easy. The other cool thing, obviously, if you're into history and you want to know anything about like the Titanic, that era, Cunard, the history of Cunard, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but anyway, if you're a history buff and you just want to know about what it was like in the 40s, by staying at the hotel, you get an entrance to the Queen Mary, to like everything it has to offer, like all the shows and like the museums, the showing. So definitely recommended for that. That's included. So yeah. Otherwise, just make sure you set your expectations though, because this is not going to be luxury. I mean, the rooms are not going to be modern. They're going to be classy. But if you want to feel like you're in an era going back to the 40s, great choice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But yeah. I do not want to get close. I'm gonna go to kill him.
I don't know what kind.
Yeah. You can't even see it. But it's like right here.